If it hurts, game the brakes, no get you, don't let up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut aside, through the game, tap, this win it in. First shooting game, we're here for the first minute. Carry body, keep it every 60 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be. Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes,
all right.
Well, I mean, obviously, we've spent, 4 years, trying to change the culture, trying to instill in these young men how blessed they are, to have an opportunity to play somewhere like the University of Tennessee. And what an honor it is to have that T on the side of your helmet, and that we're always playing for something bigger than us individually.
Let me just say one more thing. The standard at Tennessee is to be elite on defense. This is the home of Reggie White, Al Wilson, Eric Berry.
Make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Foul Ming is in the house. Foul Ming stepping up to the plate. Got to give a shout out to Coach Jay real quick. Everybody knows what's going on with Coach. Talked to him a couple of hours ago. He's actually in the chat right now. Things got a little bit delayed with his old man. Rolled him back into surgery around 4:30. So you guys continue putting up prayers for Coach Jay and for the old man and the nurses, the doctors, everybody involved there. This is a big deal. Coach Jay tweeted out about it, talking about football, his family, man, the picture that he shared with his son playing in a championship game. His dad's there. He's there coaching. Man, just big stuff. And football is family. So keep those prayers coming for Coach Jay. But Foul Ming stepping in. We got a big one. We got Don Bailey in the house tonight. We've got 2 commits within the last 24 hours. We're going to talk about the potential for a top 5 class in this class of 2026. But let's see what's going on in the chat, Foul. We got to start with the chat, see what's going on with those guys. Tyler Harrison popped in early and dropped a $5 super chat and said, Dorfy, can you ask him what it was like during that 22 Bama game and what is the difference between before and after Heupel? Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. We are definitely going to address that. Don't you worry, Tyler. Shout out for the super chat. We appreciate you, brother. Johnny B dropped a $2 super chat, says, Dorfy, great show last night, guys. GBO. Foul Ming, that was a fun one. That was a fun one last night. That was authentic, real deal, old school commitment.
Man, I was excited, man. You had me worried there all the way up to the end. I was feeling good. I was coming in strong with my 60% that y'all were giving me a hard time about. And then right at the last minute, Boogie starts breaking it down for me. They were talking about what order he's going in. We're talking about how he's talking about each team, and I'm sweating it. I think Scoops was sweating it. Coach was sweating it down to the last minute. But Hot pulled it off one more time, man. Roll on.
We got a big one. We're going to talk on the back half of the show about the potential for a top 5 class. Brian Allison becomes a member of the channel. Shout out, Brian. We appreciate you. Dave's been a member for 25 months. Says it's great to be a Tennessee Vol, and it's great to have one here for an interview. Dom, thanks for coming, and welcome to our little slice of Rocky Top. Coach showing off. He's been a member for 33 months. Football is family. He's here, man. You guys are an escape for Coach right now. We're going to hang out and have a good time. Good to see Coach in the chat. Vol fan for life for 2. Tennessee is the best fam in NCAA, period. And John Watts drops a $10 super chat, and all he says is Dorothy. We appreciate that. Guys, pull up a chair. I mean, if you want to crack open a beer, you know what? Dom's the first guy that we've had interviewed on the channel that can legally buy beer. Did you know that?
I didn't think about that, man. I did not think about that.
Yeah,
Probably should have. Yeah, I probably should have brought that up earlier. We could have cracked one.
Some of us are cracking one. Jeff Clabo for 5 says Dorothy or Dorothy. Shout out Ron the Don for 5. Dorothy, I will concur. Last night's show was a blast. Way to go, Boogie and crew. Let's go. Let's hit one more. You guys trying to embarrass me before Dom comes on. Jamie Roberts drops a $20 super chat. We got a rule around here. If you drop an orange, so I think that really cost me money in the long run. People used to drop $50 super chats, but now they want orange ones so that we can play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Jamie Roberts, do what?
I said the clip's worth it, man. You can spend it. It's all right.
I'll survive. I can still pay the bills. Jamie for 20 says, Dorothy, it's great to be a Tennessee Vol. Shout out, Jamie. We appreciate you guys. Smash the thumbs up, share out the link, do all that stuff. Let's get into it. Let's get Dom on here. He's waiting. He's laughing. He's grinning. I saw him when Coach G's talking. He's smiling. He's getting fired up. Let's get him on here. Dom Bailey, what is up, my friend?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
Amped up, and we are ready to go. We got so many things, man. So much to talk about. Like joking on the intro there. We have a lot of recruits come on. We have a lot of young guys come on. A lot of freshmen come on. You're the first veteran guy. You've been around for a minute. You've seen it all on Rocky Top, so that makes this a little bit more fun. But Coach Jay, you may have heard on the intro, is dealing with some family stuff. He usually does these interviews with me. Foul Ming stepping in tonight, but Coach Jay said, Boogie, if you're going to do that, he said, I'm devastated. I have to step away. This is the biggest interview we've done, and I'm going to miss it. You got to ask him this one question. You've been on Rocky Top for 5 years. You're going into your 6th year. You've seen the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. Coach Jay wants to know, what is your best memory you've experienced on Rocky Top in 5 seasons?
Probably that 22 season when we beat Bama. That was probably the greatest memory I got, for real. Just the whole reaction, what took place after beating Bama. It was crazy.
I love the picture on your Twitter, smoking the cigar. And man, look, I know it means more to you guys than it does us. I preach that a lot. But man, grown men were crying. Like, that was 15 years of misery that you guys ended. That's a moment, man. I know us Foul Ming as fans are going to remember for a long freaking time.
No, facts. That was a long 15 years of losing to them too. Like a long 15 years.
I love that. That's the best memory, man. Let's talk about it, because you're an interesting story because of the COVID year, a redshirt year. You're a guy that was recruited by Jeremy Pruitt. You played for a season under Jeremy Pruitt, and then we all know what happens. You know, Pruitt gets fired, threats of an NCAA investigation. You see a lot of your teammates around you start to leave. And you have that same opportunity. And I said, like, leading up to this interview, promoting it, I said, you didn't choose Tennessee once. You chose Tennessee twice. You could have packed up and left then. So two-part question here. Why choose to stay? And then I want you to also talk about Heupel. When he comes to that locker room and you're looking around and half your teammates are gone, what's Heupel's message and how did you take it? Just kind of walk us through that experience.
All right, so the reason I stayed is because I came to Tennessee to make Tennessee better. So I felt like my first year here, I didn't really get to play. And we had, I feel like I had the opportunity to play, improve myself with a new coaching staff. So that's the reason I stayed. And we had a great coach coming in, because Coach G, if you remember, was coming in before Coach Hype came anyway. But then he just stayed when Coach Hype came, so it just made it better. And then, what was your second question?
So all these guys around you, a lot of them have left. Half your team still sitting there. You guys are in the locker room. I've heard some stories about this, but I want to hear it from your perspective. Coach Hype comes in, and what's his message to you, and how do you guys receive that?
His message was whoever stays, and we're going to win with whoever stays, basically. We're going to take whoever we got, we're going to play, and we're going to stay, and we're going to win. He's going to turn this program around, and that's what he did. To me, that's what he did. Shit.
Coach Hobb just seems like that guy, man. He's always the quarterback. Like he's never got out of that phase in his life. Like he's always got that little bit of a chip, right? Is that
Yeah.
is he always just that competitive, that confident? Because it seems like he doesn't care. He's going to strap it up. He's going to go to war with whoever, whenever, and he's ready to play, man. Is that his persona all the time, or is that just kind of how we see it as fans?
Yeah, kind of like you said, he was a quarterback. Like, so he's just ready to run through a wall, especially when game day come. He's locked in. So like sometimes he's like a little like pumped up, but you love it. You love to see that from your head coach because it just gets you ready.
It seems infectious, right?
Yeah.
You talk about his competitive nature. There's a little story going around here on the Talkin VAWLS network. It started with Big Dave Sanders. I forget who the second one was that kind of confirmed it. You ever played basketball with Coach Hype?
I haven't. No, I personally haven't, but I heard stories. Yeah, I've heard stories.
Let's hear those stories because allegedly he cheats at basketball. That's what I've been told.
That's what they say. They say if he wants to win, let's just basically put it like that. He's going to try to win that game any means possible.
I love it. I love that competitive nature, man.
I did have one little question about that since you brought it up already. I didn't know when we'd get to it, but if you had to pick one player off the team to go 1v1 against Heupel, who you picking and who's going to win that game? 1v1 basketball, maybe game to 21 or horse or whatever he likes to play.
Probably David Hobbs. David.
All right.
He used to hoop in high school. He was good in high school, so probably David.
I love it. Coach can try to cheat, but we'll roll with Big David Hobbs on that. Let me catch up with the chat. Preston Porter for 5 says Dorfy, super excited for the interview. True VFL in the house. David Hall for 5 says Dom, just a fan, but I appreciate your commitment and dedication to the University of Tennessee. GBO, ball fan for life for 2 says nothing but love, Dom. God bless and go Vols. Todd Landers says drive by super chat. Thank you, Dom, for giving your all for us. GBO. Thank you, Todd. Thank you guys for the super chats. We appreciate that. Let's see. Let's talk about Coach G. You know, because it was an interesting time because Pruitt's on the way out. Coach G gets hired, and it's like, is Coach G going to stay? Is he going to stick? You know, us as Tennessee fans, we're like, this is the best defensive line coach in the country. Let's freaking go. I don't care who the head coach is. You better keep Coach G. Coach Heupel does that. What he's done with you guys, what he's done with this defensive line, what's it like playing for a guy? I look at him, I'm like, man, that's the uncle that I wish I had. Uncle Rodney is what I think. What's it like playing for Coach G? The tough times, the good times, the family times.
Yeah, like a lot of people like to try to say like Coach G mean or like, you know, he had a-hole, but like that's just on the field. On the field, of course, he's going to push you as hard as he can. He's going to get the most out you that he can. But off the field, he's a completely different person. He cares about you. He treats you like you're one of his kids. He'll check on you. He asks you if you're okay. In meetings, you know, of course, we're serious, but we're not always so serious in meetings. It's more of a laughing space. He's never he's not too uptight. So it's like it's a balance of both, and that's what makes it good about him. But on the field, you know, you're going to work. Like, he's going to push you hard. So, like, yeah, he's a great person, though, great human being. Without him, I don't know, honestly, what I would be doing right now. So, like, yeah, I love Coach G.
You got a fun story, though, where maybe you didn't love Coach G on that practice field? You got something fun you could share with us?
It's a lot of them, but, like, you know, we got a sled called Big Mama.
All right, I got to hear about this now.
And, you know, it's like, I think it's maybe his first year. That first year he got here. And every person that hit that sled at least 8 times in a row. And Big Mama's heavy. And he controls the whistle, you know. He controls when you stop and when you go. So he'll just sit there and let you keep pushing until you're tired, until you get back down and do it again. So, like, it get bad. Some people be throwing up. I threw up, I think, the first time he made me do them, but over time it gets easier. But yeah, that's probably my worst experience with him.
That's awesome. I love that.
When freshmen are coming in, they're first kind of experiencing him for the first time, like as a leader or kind of, you know, upperclassmen in the room. Like, do you ever try to explain it to them a little bit, help them out, or you just let them experience it on their own and figure it out as they go, like you had to do? Well,
you know, you gotta let them experience some things on their own. But what I just tell them is, don't take nothing personal that's said on this practice field to you. Don't take nothing personal about how he's coaching you. Just listen to the message that he's saying. Everything else is out the window, because he might come off as like mean sometimes, obviously, but it's coaching. So you just got to move past that. You just hear his message, and that's it. That's the best advice I can give a freshman coming to play for him.
You think it's a little bit different now that they've seen like what he's been able to do with you guys and seen the results versus when you came in? I'm sure you heard like stories and rumors and the legend of Coach G, right? But you hadn't got to see it. These guys get to see it. So you think it's a little easier for them to maybe accept that or take that on?
Yeah, I mean, when you like as a D-line, I feel like we're always successful like every year. So like, of course, when they see that, they're like, yeah, he coaches hard, but shit, it works. So I guess that's why we getting a lot of recruits. So that's probably why, because it works. His formula works. It hasn't never failed him.
Yeah, I love. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's just kind of unique that way because a lot of times you see kids of former players of his, they'll come back, but it's usually like an alma mater thing.
Yeah,
and with him, it's like from all over the country. Anybody who's ever been around him wants to put their kid through his program, and I mean, to me, that's the biggest compliment you could have. Like if you trust somebody with your own child, like. You must have a lot of trust and a lot of appreciation of that coach.
Yeah, that shows you how good of a coach. But besides a coach, like a role model or like a father figure, he is though, because he really puts into you. Like he's not a person that's just going to let you just keep messing up. He's going to talk to you. He's going to tell you like the truth, even if you want to hear it or not. He's going to talk to you like he's supposed to talk to you. So like, yeah, that's what makes like him special because.
Yeah, that's perfect. That was my next question was like, what makes him so impactful and unique just as a person, right? It seems like it's more than just a coach.
Yeah, he's way more than a coach. Like, say something happened with your family, he's going to be the first person to call you. Say if anything's going wrong, he's going to check on you. Like, he's more of a father figure than a coach to me. Like, he's going to give you advice in your meetings. Most of our meetings, he's going to say things that you should be listening to. That's just everyday life things that you need to hear. So, like, that's why I say he's more than a coach.
You see that across this entire coaching staff, though. Like some of these stories that we hear with guys that come on is like Heupel wants to talk to you guys about more than football. Of course, he's a coach. That's what you guys are going to do. You're going to go play ball. But it's like a recruiting phone call. They've said, he calls and says, "How you doing? How's your family? How's your brother? How's your mom? How's your dad? How's this? How's that?" Whereas other guys may call and be like, "Who'd you talk to today? Who's recruiting you? Where are you at?" Like, do you see it across this coaching staff as a whole, and then a lot of the continuity with this coaching staff too?
Yeah, they try to make everything seem like a family. Like when we walk up the stairs, there's people up there telling you good morning every morning. Like, good morning. How you like? You feel good? They ask you questions. Everybody tries to shake your hand. Everybody tries to make conversation with you. It's like the staff makes everything feel like a family in there. So I think that just carries over to the team, honestly.
I love too that you mentioned we're getting a lot of recruits, right? And what obviously Coach G, man, I feel like this defense was rebuilt by Coach G. It started with the defensive line. It was just dude after dude after dude, and then seeing guys get developed, seeing what he did with when Matthew Butler, like seeing what he did with him, Coach G, his track record speaks for itself. And then now we're seeing Coach Inge do it with that linebacker room, and you guys are loading up on defense. How much pride do you take? Josh Heupel comes in. A lot of us Tennessee fans are going to Google. All right, Josh Heupel, okay, UCF, offensive guy, scores a lot of points. He comes in, it's fireworks, man. We see number one scoring offense, we're explosive plays, Jalen Hyatt running free, destroying Alabama. We're ready to roll. And then look at last year, and it's like, oh, no. That's why I love those clips from Coach Hype. We're going to play elite defense, and this defense carried this football team. Like, how much pride do you guys take in that last season of, hey, we're going to pick you up, put us on our back, and we're going to go play some defense and win some ball games?
Because we literally pride ourselves on that. Like, we took that as a challenge. Like, oh, they only talk about the offense. Like, in the offseason, cool. We got to pride ourselves on winning games as a defense because, offense is not going to be clicking every game. Like, it's going to be a game where the defense has to step up and make stops. So we prided ourselves, especially last year. Like, all right, cool. We got to make sure that nobody score. Like, that was how we came into every game. Like, we need to stop everybody from scoring. They should score 0. And that's just, they work. It just worked for us.
Is that kind of a schematic thing where you just kind of get more involved in the system and get more used to like the plays and the formations and things, or does that lean more towards a culture thing? Because you got to see it before and now, like you've seen the culture progress. So to you, like, what do you think is more of a factor there, just being in the system or just the culture that you've helped build?
I think it's like a little bit of both. Just everybody just buying into the culture and to the system. Like everybody getting in their playbook, watching film, and then with the culture, everybody just coming together as a team, as a defense. Like as a defense, we we live together basically. Like we're in the facility together. We're taught. We like every day we're together. You know, offense is separate from the defense, so we just try to make it seem like more of a family. Like everything's a brotherhood. If one person mess up, everybody mess up. Everybody got punishment. That's just how we go about it.
Oh man, I love. Was it Big Ant that was talking about that? Somebody that was on recently, offensive lineman. No, it was Sam. Sam Pendleton said that, hey, if somebody makes a mistake, we're all getting punished. We're all getting disciplined together, and I love hearing that. Speaking of Big Ant, though, Anthony Agamora came on the show. Shout out Coach Jay in the chat. Coach Jay's wife came up with this idea, and she said, hey, when you guys have these guys come on for interviews, you need to let them ask a question that's going to go to the next player to come on. So we asked Big Anthony. He was the first one, and he said, all right, he didn't know it was you. He said, I'm going to ask, what's your least favorite workout day? Is it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday? And you're going to have to expand on why.
That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say Friday, because you're going into the weekend. You know, the weekend's right here. So, you know, most of the time Fridays, people got to try to like look past the workout, like, oh, we done after this. But with the workout that we do on Friday, you can't look past it or you're going to die. So it's like, yeah. And then we got something called like the finisher at the end where we just doing crazy stuff like pushing the sledder all the way across the field and back. Like, yeah, it gets real on Fridays.
All right, Friday's worse, but now you got it. Now the spotlight's on you. So we don't know who's coming on next. It could be a recruit. Well, Legend Bay is going to be here next Wednesday. So if you want to ask a question to Legend Bay, or if we want to wait till another player comes on, so what's a question you want to ask the next person that comes on for an interview?
Okay. Man, that's hard.
It can be anything. You can spread it around. It don't have to be just like practice stuff, you know.
Oh, it don't have to be ball. It can be life.
Yeah, it can be anything. It can be favorite move, whatever you want. Just something to put them on the spot.
What's your favorite football movie?
Oh, that's a good one.
What's your favorite football movie? You got to give it to us. If you want to throw it out there.
Probably The Blind Side.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a underrated. Like a lot of people don't bring that up. We're old. We're old folk here, so we always say the program. You ever seen the program? You ever seen the program? Oh God, you young kids.
I'm a Remember the Titans guy, man. I remember the Titans are the replacements solid, but
I was about to say Remember the Titans. That's my top two. That's
a good one. That's kind of my time right there, man. I can't. You know, I was seeing clips last night, man. I was getting fired up. I was scrolling through Instagram. Somebody had clips posted up, man. When he starts talking about, I don't want him to gain another yard. Like every time I hear that, man, I'm fired up.
Run it up, Herman. Leave no doubt.
Every time.
I love that. Dude, y'all got to watch the program. Me and Coach Air.
I've not seen it either, Bug. Believe it or not.
I'm telling you, you got to. It may be outdated. You guys may not get it. It's so good. Not the early '90s, maybe. I mean, it's steroids. It's paying players under the table. It's such a good movie. Coach Jay is going to drag us through the mud because this is what we do. We've talked way more football than we usually do, so we got to get off of football and talk about life. And we're going to let Coach Jay kick it off because he dropped a $10 super chat. See how this works, Dom? Guys that work for me pay me. I'm living the dream. I don't know why Coach is paying me, but he says, Big Dom, in all your time in Knoxville, which player has had the most game with the ladies, and which one just thinks they had the most game with the ladies?
Put them on blast, man. Put them on blast.
That's a crazy question. Hey, that's crazy.
You can lean into the last part. Who thinks they do. You don't have to put anybody.
I ain't gonna do the first one. I'm gonna do the
second.
second.
You don't do the first part.
Probably Herb Gray for the second part.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna go with the first part. I want to know.
I can't answer that first part. That's crazy.
Big Ant said David Sanders. Said David Sanders was the ladies' man. Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Oh, that's the confirmation right there. Big Dave Sanders is the ladies' man.
We in the superlatives. We got to stick with it. Like, give me all right, on the team, like who's always best dressed? Who's walking in dressed the T? Always got it lined out.
Josh Joseph just said today that he's the best dressed. He was just arguing everybody that he's the best dressed. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to Josh.
Okay, well, let me piggyback on that one and let me go. Who's the worst dressed?
Who can't dress? like it's not the same team no more. Like I gotta think about new people. That's the
Oh,
problem.
you can go previous players too. I got no problem with that. Put them on blast.
We're fans here. We're right there with you.
Remember Roman Harrison?
Yes, sir.
Not dressed.
I love it. I love it. Go, Falming. Let's keep going with the superlatives.
All right. So who's the best dancer? Who's got the best celebrations? Who's got the best sellies on the team? It can be D-line, or you can go like whole team, or either or both.
I like Jackson Moore's celebrations last year. Honestly, I think he had a couple good celebrations.
All right. Jackson
had a couple too.
All right, let's go.
You got any new ones? You've been practicing something new for us this year? You got
Ooh,
something
scoop and score? A little scoop and score? What are we going to see?
We've been putting a couple together as a D-line. We got a couple for y'all.
All right. All right.
I love it. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. And big Anthony Aguimura refused to answer this question. I said, who's most likely to get a false start? I'm going to ask you on that D-line, who's the most likely to jump off sides?
Omar, not here. No. All right, hold up.
You didn't even hesitate there. You notice that?
Yeah, immediately.
Probably Josh Joseph. Josh Joseph.
Hey, nobody clipped that. Uncle Kenny in the chat. Uncle Kenny said Jaden Lofton is definitely the most likely to jump off. Shout out Uncle Kenny. I'm an honorary member of the Lofton family. They adopted me into their family, so that's Uncle Kenny and cousin Jaden. So shout out to Kenny. I love that. Get in there, Foul Ming.
Yeah, I got one more. All right, who's the best smack talker? Who's chirping the most on the D line then or the defense? Either one.
Honestly, is this year who it's going to be? I probably have to just say me and Bryson because during the game, obviously we talk a lot and we got a lot of young people this year. So I don't know how much they're going to be chirping. So it's probably just be me, Bryson, and Jackson Moore. He chirp a lot too. So everybody really talks, but we don't really talk unless somebody say something first, and then it's like, all right, bet.
That was my next question. Like, you starting it, or you just waiting to see if somebody wants some of it?
To hear it so I can get on that, but I don't start it.
Right.
You talk about
every time we've asked that question, it's like, who is it and why is it Boo?
Yeah,
so
that's what I was going to say.
Boo. Yeah, I forgot about Boo. He got there too. And
yeah.
He's not here no more. No, Boo. Yeah, Boo one of them.
Yeah, you talking about veteran guys. Boo, freshman last year. He talking that trash.
He was ready.
Chandler Matthews drops an orange boy. That's a 20 spot. We got to do it. We got to play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Chandler Matthews for 20 says, Vols, keep up the momentum. Boogie, keep up the good work. So ready for football. Let's go. Shout out, Chandler. We got some more super chats here. I can hit them real quick. I'll catch up with you guys in the chat because we appreciate you guys supporting the channel. We got UT Punkin, been a member for 45 months. Love these guys that stuck it out. They are true VFLs. That's been a common theme since I said you were coming on, man. And I've been saying it. Again, you chose Tennessee twice, and I love that. Ron the Dom for 5 says, Dom, so you think the team has bonded to a new level since the quarterback changed? Ron, are you drinking? Do this think the team is working with a new level of determination? So how are you guys bonding after the quarterback change?
I mean, it really ain't been no fall off. When he came, we just tried to implement him and bring him into the fold. Like, you just got to join us. You got to be one of our brothers now. And honestly, he's fitting in well. I think he'll have a great year too. So I think, yeah.
I love it. Rocky Top Time, been a member for 30 months. Dom, you have to know just how much you guys are beloved by the fans. Thank you for your dedication to UT and not falling in with the times. GBO, shout out Tom. Wade's been a member for 43 months. Hey, fam, haven't been around much. They were out with the baby on the 7th of last month. Can't wait for the season. This was going to mean a little more for me now. It's so close I can smell it. Shout out, Wade. We appreciate you. By the way, Dom, Wade, yeah, he's got the Talkin VAWLS Network logo tattooed on his body. So shout out to him. Branson Wilson just joined the channel. We appreciate that. You guys can support by hitting the join button down below. It's only $1. It helps keep the lights on around here. Create interviews and opportunities like this. Johnny B for 5. Dom, thanks for sticking with his team. What was the moment that you knew you made the right decision of being a VFL and sticking with hype?
Honestly, it was like that first year, not the 22 year, but the 21 year. Just how we was playing as a defense. Like, we wasn't like, people weren't really talking about us, but we were making, like, as a defense, the way we was just like running to the ball, things of that nature, it's like, oh, we're going to be good. I see it. So it was probably that 21 year.
Is that kind of like you can look around the room and see the buy-in? Like, you know, for yourself, like if you're going to commit to it, and I'm bought in, but to look around and see the other players start to buy in, like what's that kind of feel like?
You honestly did feel it. But it was like, obviously, it was the first year. Everybody learned a new system. So we went through our ups and downs that first year. But, like, you seen everybody wanted to win. You seen everybody compete. And it felt way different than that 2020 season. That 2020 season felt way different than 21. I just say that.
Yeah, I'm not going to drag you through the mud with that. I would love to ask questions about that, but I'm not going to just because there's no sense in it. But Blackout Jones for 5 says the program is a must. Dom, that's your homework. And Foul Ming, that's your homework. Go download, find. You may need a VHS player. You may have to go to the Goodwill and get a VHS player for all I know. The program, man, it is elite. I'm telling you, it is elite. Let's see. Do we want any more superlatives? Nah, let's continue talking. Go ahead.
Can I throw one football question in real quick? Because I want to see Coach Bailey instead of Dom Bailey just for a second. I want to see, like, put your coaching hat on just for a minute. Like, describe the stereotypical Coach Garner defensive lineman. Like, what kind of player does it take to make the cut and pass the bar for Coach G? Because we talk to these recruits or just you see media talk about it and like, oh, this is a Coach G guy. This is a Coach G guy. So from somebody in the room, kind of spin yourself around, put yourself in the coach's shoes. What's that? You're recruiting kids out of high school. What's that kid look like? What's that kid that's Coach G's got to have?
Coach G really don't like to recruit. Like, I don't know. The people he recruits is people that's going to buy in. That's as best as I can explain it. He recruits people that he knows going to fit our system, or like he knows that he can push. It's not like you just can't be like. Of course, he'll get a hard head, but like it's the hard head that's going to buy in, though. You understand what I'm saying? Not somebody just going to go outside and just keep messing up. Like, right. As a D-line, we don't really get in trouble too much. So it's like he just buy people that's going to – he literally tells us, like, I'm not strict on nothing. Just be where you're supposed to be at on time, do what they ask you to do, and don't miss nothing. And that's just what we go by, and that's the type of people we recruit.
So you almost probably get more out of an in-home visit than maybe watching tape, right? Like, everybody can play ball. Once you get to that level, everybody can play ball. It's like, so you need the guy who's going to buy in, do what he's supposed to do, and be where he's supposed to be.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you see that in the locker room, like watching that transition from Pruitt to Heupel? Because, again, we've been blessed to have so many guys come through this channel and do interviews and hang out and talk, and it's like, every time I'm like, I'm waiting on that dude. I'm waiting on that guy that it's like, well, this doesn't seem like it fits the mold. And every kid that comes on, and like even watching Colton Hood at Colorado, I'm like, this dude's got to have a little swag to him. He's got to have a little chip on his shoulder. He comes on, he's kind, he's respectful, he's well-spoken. Like, are you seeing a change in the locker room since Heupel took over and the type of kid that he's recruiting?
Yeah, I would say that. I would just say, though, it's just the culture. It's just the culture change. And like when people come in here, they have no choice but like fall in line, or like, you're going to get left behind. So like once the culture changed, it's like everybody that came from then on, like they just fell in line. Like, all right, we see what we got to do. Let's just do it and do what we're supposed to do.
So you kind of you pick out the guys who you think or are going to buy in. And then once they get here, they kind of become that. It's kind of the way to put it. Like whether they were before, if you're going to buy into this system, you become that type of player, that type of person.
Yeah, and it's like so pushed by the team. Like it's not just pushed by the coaches; it's pushed by the players. So you don't have a choice but to fall in line. Like honestly,
yeah. It seems like if it was just one sided, just coaches, that wouldn't mesh, right? Yeah. When you see it from both sides, you see it from your peers and your staff, and everybody's got one direction. Does that kind of like grease the wheels a little bit?
Makes it way easier.
We're going to talk about real life in just a second, but you just got me rolling on football, and something I want to talk about.
But me, I'm going to talk about all day if we get to
I know, but so many people love them when we talk off the field stuff. But gosh, it's again having a guy going into year 6, like he's seen it all. It's like he's the leader of this football team, so it's fun to talk ball. And I want to talk about the other side of the ball. I want to talk about the offensive line, because the offensive line is something. If you roll around the internet, you watch podcast or you listen to podcasts, you watch all the talking heads, and they're talking about the offensive line, and they're questioning the offensive line. They're questioning that wide receiver room too, but I want to talk about the offensive line because you go head to head with them every day in practice. A lot of veteran guys gone, right? Coop, Spraggs, John Campbell, Dane Davis, Andres Carrick, Jackson. There's so many, Jackson Lampley, so many veteran guys are gone. You bring in Wendell Moy Jr., you bring in Sam Pendleton, you sign, David Sanders, who is one of the top prospects coming in from the class of 25. What are your thoughts on the offensive line, a group that you go against every day in practice, and then double-sided question. You can ask me to repeat it if you forget it. Who's the toughest guy that you go against? But what are your thoughts on that offensive line?
Offensive line is going to be great. I mean, they don't have a choice but to be, because as a D-line, Coach G pushes us to go at them every day, because we got to make them better as an offensive line. They have to make us better. So every day is a battle. So I think they're going to be great. Even in the spring, they showed like once everybody got on like the same keys, the same time, they looked great. So like they'll be great this year too.
And man, if I'm Coach Ellerby, I'm using you guys as a selling point. I'm thinking, iron sharpens iron. Like, you get to go against the best every day. So you're gonna become the best you can be. So if I'm coaching that offensive line, man, I'm using you guys as my selling pitch right out the gate.
Yeah,
and a lot of those offensive linemen or even recruits came through the channel talk, and they're like, "Man, I want to go to Tennessee." I think Dave said it. He's like, "Because I want to go against the best. I want to go against the best defensive line in the country every single day in practice to make myself better." Gabriel Ascenda said the same thing.
Ed said the same thing too.
Yeah, this offensive line for 2025. Who's the toughest guy you go against in practice every day?
I mean, I play Ed, so I'm gonna say Lance Hurd, because he got great feet and he's strong as an op. So like, you really got to bring it every day. So it's just a battle. So I'll probably say Lance Hurd.
So do you think, like, and this is not my words, this is his words. I've defended Lance Hurd a lot. Like, a lot of people weren't sold on him last year. I don't think he was necessarily 100% healthy. I think he battled with some things, and I thought he got better as the year went on. But I love his mindset in the offseason of saying, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm sick of hearing people talk about me, and I'm going to go out and prove that I'm a legit dude. Do you see that in him, that chip in him, and that he's got to prove himself?
He'll be one of the top O-linemen in the SEC this year. That's how I think, because Lance would be great this year. He'd be one of the top in the SEC. That's all I got to say. Last year was his first year in the offense. Then people had like this offense is like a crazy offense to be in as an O-lineman. You get 4 seconds every snap to catch your breath. So like, year 2, he'd be way better.
Uncle Kenny's got a fun question. Who reminds you on the team of a younger Dom?
That's hard. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know. Not yet.
Why? Brad's got a question that you can answer. If Foul Ming's not going to do it, if I'm not going to do it, somebody's going to get us talking about food. I'll play the clip because that's an Orange Boy.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Brad says, GBO, thank you for sticking around. Very proud to support you. What is your favorite meal? Finally, thank God we're talking about food. It took 37 minutes.
I was trying to avoid this long as I could, because I know we'll never get back to ball. But
let's talk about food. That's my favorite thing on the channel to talk about.
I got two. My first one would probably be like chicken and shrimp Alfredo. And then my second is just barbecue, period. I love barbecue food, so I'm a big barbecue guy.
What's the best barbecue joint in Knoxville?
Honestly, I haven't found a real good barbecue place since I've been here. That's the problem.
You have to come on up to Boogie's. I'm about an hour and a half drive. You come up, I'll get the smoker out. We'll smoke some meat, and I will serve you some good barbecue. Sometimes you just got to do it your dang self. What if it's not barbecue? Oh, God, I love me a good barbecue sandwich. What's your favorite restaurant down there in Knoxville?
Probably Connors. They got great steak. I like steak a lot, so probably Connors.
What's the cut and what temp?
I don't know. I'd get mine done. Well done.
You're a New York strip guy. You're a ribeye guy. Like, what do you?
No, whoa! Hold on a second. Well done.
I tried to save you.
No, you're not saving anybody. Like respect for Don Bailey, BFL.
I don't like my steak alive. I like it cooked.
You like it ruined.
I like it
ruined.
No,
Oh my!
I like it dead, not alive.
Yeah, let me get a fillet and just go ahead and ruin it. Thanks, appreciate it.
Just take a piece of leather right here. That's what I want. So while we're on the topic, who's the best cook on the team? If you guys get to pick somebody on the team to cook for y'all, who's it going to be? And if you know, like, what's their go-to meal?
I don't know their go-to meal, but he's not on the team no more. But he was last season. Probably Big E. He can cook. He can cook.
That tracks. Now you don't have. So we don't have a cook on the team now. Sounds like it's up to you, dog.
I don't know how close you are to Bennett Warren.
I can barbecue, but I can't just go in the kitchen and cook. Like I can't do that.
Bennett Warren likes to make homemade pasta, the whole 9 yards. Like, man, he goes all in.
That's simple. That's simple stuff. Big E, he can cook anything. Like he can cook anything you need him to cook.
So you can make homemade pasta, but you're telling them to burn your steak. What are we doing?
It's not burnt. It's cooked all the way through.
Dave Morrison wants to know if you've ever been to PAWLS.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, most people in Knoxville it's a little bit of a drive from Knoxville. What else? Like just off the field, we don't have to just talk about food. Like off the field, what are you into? Video games, movies, TVs. Like just what are you into outside of football?
I play the game a lot, listen to music, and I like watch TV series. Besides
You Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Good answer.
What are we playing? What are we playing?
I mean, obviously NCAA just came out. We got NCAA.
So I was going to ask NCAA or NBA 2K.
I'm a 2K guy. I've been playing 2K since I was young.
Call of Duty or Fortnite?
We just had this debate on the game earlier. I'm going to say Fortnite because Fortnite, you can have more fun. When you get on Call of Duty, you got to be serious. Like, you got to be locked in.
Yeah, you kind of can't chill and just run around.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got no shot on Call of Duty. I got to figure out Fortnite so I can take out the kids because I got no shot on Call of Duty. Let's talk about EA Sports College Football 26. What do you think of your ratings?
It's decent. Got to get it up. It's decent. It's decent.
Well, let me tell you something. I streamed on release day, the early release day, and I'm looking at the roster, and it's got David Sanders rated as the second best tight end on the team. If you plug him in at tight end, he's the second best tight end on the team.
Yeah,
I said this is a problem. The ratings have got to be fixed. They got to be fixed.
It's a little screwed, but it's okay. That's all right.
Do you ever go on, like, my favorite thing to ask guys is, do you go on and look at, like, your throw power, like your catch, like that type of stuff? Does that piss you off too?
Yeah, I go through that. Like, on the first day I get the game, I go look at all that. It'll piss me off because obviously
do they send y'all, like, any kind of ratings or any kind of, like, do you guys know that in advance at all? I mean, I know you can't change them, but you don't get any kind of, like, early access, nothing like
maybe
that?
like a couple of days before the game out, you'll figure it out, but, like, they don't tell you no.
Man, I just wonder, like, I don't think there's football guys over there. I mean, I know that sounds
I don't
crazy,
either.
I swear I don't think there's football guys over there.
It might not be. It can't be, honestly. It can't.
I don't know what tape they're watching. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
You mentioned watching shows. Was it Netflix, wherever? What are you watching? What are you watching TV-wise?
Right now I'm watching BMF. I just got done with the 100. That's on Netflix. That was real good. I just finished that.
What about movies? Favorite movies?
Favorite movie of all time? That's hard. I got a couple. Probably Django. The Blind Side. And Remember the Titans.
That's good. Those are good. They're good, man. They're not the program, but they're good. They're great.
You can watch them. Oh no! And what's the movie with Tom Hanks? I just forgot. Oh, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Forrest Gump. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Forrest Gump, Alabama. That leads me to another question I wanted to ask. Who is that SEC rival that you just want to beat the brakes off? Is it Alabama? Is it Georgia? Is it Florida?
Me personally is Georgia.
Yes.
Because I haven't beat Georgia.
Let's freaking go, man. Do me a favor. One last ride.
Yeah,
one last ride in 2025. Put that beat down on Georgia. Let me play a little clip for you. Just because I hate Georgia. I hate their fans. I think they're stupid. I hate their players. I hate their coach. I hate everything about them. I don't know if you know Eric Kane. Eric Kane over at VolQuest. Great guy. Great friend of the channel. He decides he's going to live stream on his YouTube channel. First time ever. Let me warn you of this. He's never live streamed since this because he invited me on. He said, Boogie, come on. I don't know how to live stream. I need a wingman. Will you come on? I said, yeah, I'm going to come on. and he gets a chat. He reads it, and this is what unfolded. I'm gonna play it. I know, Foul Ming, it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna play it. This is what unfolded on Locked On Vols when he invites a renegade onto his channel. Let's take a listen. I don't believe there are good people that pull for Georgia. I think they're all terrible, ugly, disgusting human beings. I think it's just that no, there are no good Georgia fans, Eric. There are none. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say you're wrong.
Thank you.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's
All
wild that they, like, each generation, like, fans wise, has a team they hate the most. Like, I mean, of course we hate them all. I hate Bama, I hate Georgia, I hate Florida, whatever. But to me, it's Florida every time, no matter what. I hate Florida fans. I hate everything about Florida. So if I get a gift this season, just go to the Swamp and leave no doubt. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. I don't care about anything else all season. If just that one thing, that's all I'm asking. Then I'll quit.
Yeah, that's the
We got to get Big Dom out the door here. Foul Ming, any last question you want to ask before we roll him out the door?
Coach Jay took my final question right out the gate because it's what's your favorite memory? So like just let's say like outside of Neyland, do you have like a favorite or not favorite, but like what's the best environment maybe you've ever been in?
Honestly, it's probably, I don't like to say it, but Florida. Florida is every time we go down there, it's just you never know. It's a great game. So like,
right. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Just it has that juice, right? That like going into it, you know it's coming. They know it's coming. Like, but what's better, man? It's like you versus the world right there, right? Like, you know, what's that feel like when you just walk in knowing it's you? You're like you and your teammates versus everybody. Like, kind of run us through that as a fan, you know.
I actually like that feeling because it's like, all right, the pressure's on us now. So like, we got to come out here and perform. Because at home, you know, I think we lost like one game at home in like the last 3 years. So like,
it's some you know how much I love hearing that. I just love hearing. Sorry, I love hearing you say it. Go ahead.
Well, because we all know like Neyland's the number one. Neyland's number one environment, number one like stadium. We all know it. They got it wrong on EA. We know it.
Yeah, like I didn't like that,
man.
Even the players are saying, like players from Georgia or Florida, they say
we got the clips. We got the clips.
Yeah.
We can play them for an hour of everybody saying it's the loudest game. What's the famous clip where the center's talking about the ball's moving? He turns around and tells the quarterback the ball's moving. Like we know it's number one. So what do we got to do, man? Who we got to talk to get this fixed?
I don't know. They just don't like us at this point.
And like the proof is in the pudding too. You lost one game in 3 years at home. That's why Georgia. Put that big bullseye. Let's go check. Let's go check that box. Let's check that box before you check out at Tennessee. Let me get a couple super chats real quick. Evan Counts for 2 says, DB, thank you. We appreciate you, Evan. Corey Smith for 10. Blackened chicken Alfredo. That's what your UT Sports bio says, I think, is your favorite meal, blackened chicken Alfredo. I saw that earlier today. Caveman Boy for 2. I want to put 100 on Kentucky this year. Thank you, Caveman Boy. Appreciate the super chat. Last question, Dom. We'll get you out the door, man. You've been so fun, so generous. This has been a blast. I hope we're different here. We're psychopaths. We talk about anything and everything. What are your goals for 2025, right? This is your last ride. Last season, 25 tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks. You talk about Alabama, you set career highs for tackles for loss, sacks, quarterback hurries against Bama. What are both your team goals and personal goals for 2025?
As a team, you know, win the SEC championship, then go on to win the national championship. As a player, I just want to have a great year to put myself in a position to where I can keep playing football next year.
I love it. That's the goal, man. And we hope you reach that goal. We're behind you. We're pulling for you, man. I just love having a guy on here that's been through it. Again, a Jeremy Pruitt guy. You stuck it out. You chose Tennessee twice. You are the definition of a VFL. It kills me when I see people on social media or in the comments or whatever, the live chat say, oh, nobody's playing for the Power T. Dom, you're playing for the Power T, and we see that. We love that. We respect that. We appreciate your time. I'm going to give you the floor, and then we're going to get you out the door. Just speak to Vol Nation. The floor is yours. You can say whatever you want to say to Vol Nation.
Vol Nation, I just can't wait to get the season started. I can't wait to feel the environment y'all going to bring to Neyland this year, the energy y'all going to bring, and I can't wait to give y'all a show this year.
I love it, man. We appreciate your time tonight. If you need anything from me, Foul Ming, Coach Jay, you need something from us, hit us up. We appreciate your time. You have a good night. We're going to keep this thing rolling. We appreciate you, brother.
All right. All right, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, we're going to keep this dang thing rolling. We got a lot to talk about. We got a couple of commits within the last 24 hours. We got a shot at a top 5 class. We're going to get into that, and we're going to break that down. But also, freaking Fao Ming, I lost money last night. I lost money. We had the most epic of epic streams. We had 2,000 people watching live. Everybody was having fun watching Braden Rouse commit. And I lost money because now I got to give away 2 free T-shirts. I got to give away 2 free T-shirts. So if you feel sorry for me that I got to give away 2 free T-shirts, you can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS and grab some merch. Please, please. I need it. I need the support. You can grab some merch. We got these hats, Nike hats. We got camo hats, bucket hats. Culberson's wearing the Talkin VAWLS Nike themed shirts. Got the Nike swoosh on the sleeve. Got that Talkin VAWLS Network logo on the front. You can see hoodies, sweatshirts, T-shirts. We got golf polos, quarter zips, a windbreaker, mugs, whatever you want. We've got rivalry shirts. If you want to offend people, we got shirts that say FUGA. We got shirts that say Buck Family. If you don't want to offend people, we got shirts that say beat Georgia, beat Florida, Gator hater. Simple and clean. Not going to offend anybody. We got parody shirts. We got a VWO shirt like the NWO, because if you're talking VAWLS, you're talking VAWLS for life. We got a shirt that says you're a member of a cult because we are a cult around here. Whatever you want. bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. But Culberson, I made a big mistake last night. I said I was going to give away 2 shirts if we got 50 memberships. We got 50 memberships. I got to give away 2 free T-shirts. And so what I did, I went and looked at the comments, and I laughed at some of the comments. Luke Thompson, I don't know if Luke's in the chat. Luke Thompson said his birthday's coming up. So happy birthday, Luke. We're going to gift you a free Talkin VAWLS shirt. Todd Landers, He hits me up all the time on Facebook. He gives me tips on smoking meat. He gives me tips on smoking baked beans. He gives me help and support trying to figure out how to run that smoker. So Luke Thompson, Todd Landers, you guys have won free Talkin VAWLS shirts. You got to message me. You got to message me on Twitter. You got to message me on Facebook. You got to let me know, and I will send that shirt your way. Now, should I? Fao Ming, I'm an idiot. We don't have 2,000 people watching tonight. We don't have 2,000 people. We've had some super chats come in, which are great. Should I make it a third? Should I give away a third shirt?
I mean, it was such a good interview, and in honor of my first interview, maybe throw out a third.
I think we got to set a goal. I think we got to get 25 new memberships between now and the end of the show. 25 new memberships between now and the end of the show. If we do that, we'll make it 3 instead of 2. And I'll pick somebody live right here tonight. I'll pick somebody out of the live chat. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'm not going to make you leave comments. Not going to do anything. We'll make it a third one. How about that? We'll make it a third one.
You heard Coach Jay. He says right there in the chat, give them that money. Give out that money.
Let's get 25 new memberships coming in. You can also gift a membership. You can go into a super chat and do gift membership. You can give 5, you can give 10, you can gift all 25. Whatever you want to do it. You can also show support by smashing the thumbs up, sharing out the link, all that good stuff. Let's talk a little Cruton. Let's talk a little Cruton because the Vols been hot the last 24 hours. Fao Ming. Let's obviously it started with Braden Rouse. Braden Rouse commits. Man, was that not fun? I mean, you're talking about ranked 100th nationally, one of the best linebackers in the country. Big boy battle. You land that over Alabama, Texas, and Michigan. But how much fun was it because it was authentic and it was real and nobody knew where he was going? Made it a blast.
Yeah, I got to say that may be the most fun I've had on the channel so far. I mean, everybody was bought in. We're down to the last second. Like everybody knows, sometimes we get a little hints here and there. Might have an idea what's going on. I had no idea. And as far as I know, no one else on the channel, believe it or not, chat, did not know what was going on. So I don't think Coach
Scoops had no idea.
I mean, according to the media, Hop didn't even know. The staff didn't know until 5 minutes, 10 minutes before we go. So that was a lot of fun, man. Super, super excited. The linebacker duo, the whole linebacker room, man, that was a big win for Tennessee yesterday. I don't know if it's been appreciated enough. I know there's 2,000 people here, but I don't know if anybody's really soaking in what that means down the road for Tennessee.
Yeah,
Coach Inge, shout out Coach Inge, by the way, just absolute leader.
Yeah, for sure. Just a huge win. And then today, his teammate was coming off the board 5 p.m. Eastern time, a couple hours before we went live. And he chooses Tennessee, and that's Joel Conbay. You can see the graphic from Vols Scoops breaking. 4-star safety Joel Conbay is committed to Tennessee. 6'2", 190-pound Marietta, Georgia native, is ranked top 25 safety in the 26 class. Per Rivals, he picks Tennessee over South Carolina, Missouri, and Wisconsin. The Vols are on fire. What do you think about this commitment? For me, again, I go look at the offers, and I mean, you're talking. Of course, you see the list there: Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina, and Wisconsin. Auburn offered him. Alabama offered him. Like he had some big time offers. And to me, offers speak more than star rankings. I think Rivals had him as a 4-star. On3 and 247 had him as a 3-star, and then the industry rankings also had him as a 3-star. But I think this is a kid that has potential. And again, with the new scholarships, you're going to take a shot on kids with potential.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. And as y'all may know, like I've got more into recruiting the further we went, the more I've been in here with you guys and got more involved with it. These star ratings, I'm about to throw out the door. Like, I mean, it really, I mean, yes, maybe the very tip top, you start to see some differential there, but you keep throwing out like some site has a 3-star, some site has a 4-star. Like, I'm not worried about that stuff. I think you're spot on. You go look at these offers. Do you think you might say, oh, well, Tennessee's overextended. Tennessee's taking a shot here. What do you think? All these schools, all these top tier schools are taking a shot? No, they see the same thing. They see the intangibles in these kids. They see what they're capable of. And this is just another one that the Tennessee can add to the list of, exceptional athlete, has length, athleticism, multi-sport athlete, exceptional ball skills, can high point the ball, make difficult catches, good hips, change of direction, smooth in transition. If you watch his film, you see how he flips his hips and can find the ball, track the ball. He has that burst, like once he does change directions and accelerate. Excels kind of more in zone coverage. You like to see him like kind of play games a little bit. I know it's at a high school level. I'm not sure the competition. I really don't know, but in Marietta, Georgia, I would imagine it's some tough ball down there. And I love to see Tennessee just keep drawing these kids out of Georgia. Like how usual or unusual is that? I mean, right in Georgia's back door, these kids that everybody's in on. I just love to see it. I don't know who's recruiting that area specifically, but we've had a lot of success in Georgia this year.
Yeah, I like the pickup too. He said after the commitment, he said it was a top battle, went back and forth too many times to count between Tennessee and South Carolina. Says a few days before my commitment, I made the decision. After my officials, I put everything on pause, had a week off, talked things over with my dad, brother, and coaches to make the right decision. What put Tennessee on top was how they kept it real from the beginning. Again, we hear this all the time. Since they've been recruiting me for a long time, and how real they are, how much I trust them, and knowing the plans the coaches have for me was big in my decision. You got to wonder, man. You got to wonder how much, Rouse making that decision, like almost 24 hours prior, how much that impacts it. And it's similar to TJ White, Darion Albert, right? We saw the same thing, the joint commitment with those guys. And when you talk about teammates and family and bond, it's like, man, that only builds that. You're coming to campus and you got somebody that right? A brother coming with you. Like we talked to Colton Hood, and he's like, man, I really don't know those guys. I came in, didn't know anybody. Joey Aguilar's coming in, doesn't know anybody, man. These guys are brothers. They've been through it. I think that's huge to continue the culture at Tennessee, but also I think that may have impacted Joel Conbay just a little bit, because it sounds like South Carolina was deep in this thing.
Well, I hope everybody was paying attention there to kind of what Dom was talking about. Like it really seems like these visits, it didn't make as much sense to me before as it does now. You always think, well, they get these visits. Tennessee usually tries to get the last visit. A lot of these we've got here lately, we've been the last visit, if not the next to last, but the last visit. And I think kids are coming in and seeing the culture, and culture seemed like a buzzword that we just use too much. But then once we talked to Dom tonight, I think they can see what players have become, what players have bought into, the kind of players that they're going to be surrounded by. I think there's a big part of that, because you're talking about, well, you got a brother that came with you, or a brother that went on the visit with you. Well, he talked about when guys come into the locker room, they immediately try to bring them in. They immediately try to bring them right into their culture and part of the team. So I can kind of see angles there that I didn't see before. I can see, because I've never put the correlation to maybe an upperclassman to a recruit. Yeah, they might see that player or want to idolize that player or something like that, but I think it's more than that. I think they see, oh, I can be so much more than I am right now, and all I got to do is follow these guys' footsteps. So I think these visits, I'm starting to realize how much more the recruits are getting out of it, maybe than just, hey, let's go show that how cool or how nice these facilities are. Right? It's they're really getting to know these people and staff, players, etc. And I think it's made a big impact on these kids, and we're seeing it pay off.
Yeah, AP even said that after the Braden Rouse commitment. Like, he went on the board and was like, guys, relationships still matter. And he was talking about the old school approach of where nobody knew and how much fun it was. And like, you saw that in where Vol Scoops clipped our reaction, man. Going back and rewatching that, it's like, man, we were all on the edge of our seats. We didn't know. Like, that was so much fun. And it's like, he's talking about how relationships still matter. Yes, money matters. And he said maybe revenue sharing brings us back to that old school recruiting where, yes, money is going to matter, but it's more about relationships and the culture. And I think Josh Heupel sets up perfectly for that, man. I think it truly, truly does. Let me catch up with you guys. I said 25 memberships. We would make it 3 shirts instead of 2. My wife is going to be so pissed. I'm not making any money because I'm giving. It feels like JP's back on the show and I'm just giving everything away because John Watts gifted 10 memberships right out of the gate. He's like, you want 25? I'll give you 10 of them. Shout out John Watts. That is very generous. James Westbrook gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. That's 11. Of all time great becomes a member of the channel. He hit that join button down below. It's only $1. It's $1. Do you like these interviews? Like, do you enjoy these interviews where we get a guy like Don Bailey on here, or we get a guy like Big Ant on here, or, some of these recruits, some of these commits, you like this all happens because of memberships, because of super chats, because of support. This show, let me tell you something. If that support goes away, guess who's going back to work at 9 to 5? And we're not going to have interviews, and we're not going to have all this stuff because I got to work a job. So those memberships, that's why I preach it, man. It means the world to me. I don't get to do this without you guys. So shout out to you guys. That is 12. We need 13 more memberships, and we will give away a 3rd shirt, and my wife will be pissed. Ryan Gaynor for 5 says, throw the Tennessee fan living in Alabama the free shirt. We need it here in Bama. Boogie, let's go Big Orange. Man, it sounds like I should send him a Buck Fama shirt. That's what he needs is a
There
Buck
we go. I got one.
Fama shirt.
We need to get him one.
Let's what do we got? Let me go look at the YouTube channel real quick. What do we got? We got 172 likes. That's not bad. 268 people watching live. And we got 172 likes. Hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Soar the Demon for 5. Good evening, Ball Nation. Dorothy and Late Fee got to rewind for the interview. It's a fun one. Was that not a blast? How much fun
did you have? That was a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of fun. And I got to say, I appreciate you guys in the chat. Like Boogie said, if it wasn't for you guys, I couldn't do this. I'm just a fan. Like, this is Boogie's channel. He allows me to come on and be a part of the family, and I appreciate him for that. But I appreciate you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be here. And just a regular fan like me wouldn't get a chance to talk to Dominic Bailey like tonight. So sincerely, I appreciate you guys.
Our life is weird. It's weird.
I said it the other day. As soon as I found out that I was going to be part of the interview, I messaged one buddy and just told him, like, hey, what's going on? Because he's a lifelong Tennessee fan, just like me. We've been to countless games together. And I was like, the saga of the craziest, stupidest life of all time continues. Like, I felt like Pat McAfee for a second. I'm like, this is the dumbest life of all time, but here I am sitting in the middle of it. And all I can do is be thankful and appreciate it and ride it out as long as I can, man. It's been a lot of fun. And shout out to Dom, man. I appreciate him coming on, giving us his time, man. He didn't have to do that, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun. That was
I could have talked for another 30 minutes. I had questions. There were several things we didn't really get to, but time's valuable. You don't want to keep them forever, but man, just what a good interview, man. What a nice guy, and really appreciate it, man.
I always feel guilty because it's like, I just want to keep them on. I don't want to let them go because we could have talked, like you said, for hours.
We're fans, man. I could have hung on every word because I want to know what the locker room's like. I want to know what it's like walking out on game day. I want to know what it's like when you hear 100,000 people all cheering when you make a play. Like that's insanity for a fan like us, So anytime they want to talk about it, I want to listen.
Let's keep talking a little recruiting because we got another big one coming up, and we'll put it on the screen here. JB Shabazz says, where is home? He is going to choose between Ohio State, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And this is another big one, man. Another big one. Another 4-star offensive tackle, 6'6", 280 pounds. out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, ranked just outside the on 300, 352 overall. And again, you see it on the screen, Tennessee, South Carolina, Oklahoma. Chad Simmons actually put out an update earlier today, said Ohio State and South Carolina had some momentum in this race at different times, but the school we are hearing the most about is Tennessee with J.B. Shabazz. Glenn Ellerby has done an excellent job recruiting the offensive tackle in North Carolina, and the Vols look to be gaining some momentum. The decision is taking place later this week, and the SEC program on Rocky Top is trending. That decision is coming on Friday. Founding, how you feel about it?
I mean, it's the same type deal. Like you said, I thought South Carolina had some momentum here, and I was kind of worried. And then out of nowhere, I feel like it's the same thing. And I know people are going to get tired of us saying it, but I think recruits come in and they kind of get around Coach Hype. They get around these players. They get around this family type atmosphere, and man, they just want to be a part of it. Like, how is it not infectious? We talked to Dom about it. Like, it seems like it's part buying in, but he said right there on the interview that it's they're picking out players they know are going to buy in. So if you're on Tennessee's list, if Tennessee's hard after them, we already know the player is that kind of person that's going to buy in. So then the next thing is, it's this culture and how infectious it is. You look around the room. If I'm a top tier talent and I'm going into an interview or a visit, I want to look around and see teammates that are bought in. I want to see other guys that are bought in. I want to know if I go there and put all my effort, 100%, everything I got into this team, I'm going to get the same in return. And I think that's exactly what they're seeing. I think everybody around them is going to give them 100%. I think the staff's going to give them 100%. And it's not just that, oh, it's Tennessee. Oh, it's a blue blood. Oh, it's a big dog. It's not that. That's part of it, of course, but there's plenty of those around the country. When you see an entire team bought into each other and the culture and the staff that's leading them through it, I think it's infectious, man. I think you just want to be a part of it.
And of course, money is still involved, right? Money is still going to be involved, but I think sometimes culture, relationship wins out. And we heard that from Colton Hood when he was on the channel.
Well, you look around, it's like, yes, but when you're a top tier talent, money's going to be everywhere. Yeah, I don't care if you're going to, like what we saw, Sacramento pull was a 4-star or 5-star the other day. It's like there's money everywhere. It's money everywhere, right? Like, yes, that's part of it, and let's not pretend it's not important. But when everybody's offering you money, it goes way down the list. Yeah, I think it comes down to what have they all said? What have we said till we're blue in the face? Relationships. And who do you trust? Who do you believe? Everybody's going to promise you the moon, but who do you believe? Who do you think is going to back it up? And then you look around at the players on the team, and they're looking you dead in the eye and saying, if this coach says it, he means it. And I think that just echoes volumes to these people.
Yeah, and I forget who it was that we had on recently that said just that basically said, you know, you get to talk to players, and players don't lie. Players tell you the truth. Like, what's it like here? They tell you the truth. They don't sugarcoat it. They don't lie about it. They just speak honestly, and that's benefiting Heupel right now.
Well, you take somebody like Dominic tonight. He's not going to be on the team next year. He's going to be on an NFL squad somewhere. So he has no dog in it. He has no reason to lie to you. He's not benefiting you from you coming to Tennessee, right? So if he tells you, you can take it as gospel, because it's only benefiting you and this team. Not these upperclassmen are going to move on to their next steps. So listen to these guys, and take it from a guy who chose Tennessee twice. They know what you're going to get out of it. So why would you not listen to these guys? Why would you not want to come and be a part of this team?
I want to talk about an article that Steve Wiltfong put out. It's behind a paywall, so I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to read through it, but I'm going to hit maybe some of the high points here. But let me catch up with the chat. David Burgess, been a member for 34 months. We appreciate you. Wayne gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. Shout out Wayne, and Coach Jay still hanging out in the chat. Gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. What does that put us at 9? Do we need 9? Is that right? Am I right?
I think it's less than that, right?
I don't know.
We're at 12, and now that's 13. We're down to 7, maybe. I'm not counting. Somebody keep up.
13, and now we're down to 7. What type of lies are we telling around here? And Jason never does his job in the chat. I know he's got a job on Sundays. He's also got a job on this stream. Like, I need to know where we're at, and I did not write it down.
Chat, I have no idea. I'm trying to help you out. Just play along.
No, I don't think it's 7. I thought we were down to. I have no freaking idea. I have no idea.
They said we're up to 14.
No,
we need 6 more.
No, it's 25. If we're up to 14, we need 11 more. You bunch of liars. 11. Thank you, Lee Honda. Thank you for one man.
I believe Coach Jay. Coach Jay says we only need 2 left.
No, 11. Look, 11. Lee Honda's being honest. Dirty Ducky's being honest. And now I'm going to make a note. I have to make a note because everybody lies around here. We need 11 more memberships. If we get it, we're going to give away 3 shirts instead of 2, and I'll give it to somebody in the chat right now. We're not going to wait till tomorrow, but I want to talk about this article. And I'll be honest, I didn't see this. I don't know that I don't see it now, but Steve Wiltfong says Tennessee has the targets on the board to push for a top 5 recruiting class. The intel is here, and I'm going to run through some of that intel. But do you see that? Do you think Tennessee, to me, I thought it would maybe be a top 10 class that was top heavy and bottom heavy with that middle area kind of being left out. Is that the way you see it?
I'm with you. I was seeing a top 10 class, a higher end top 10 class. But then a lot of these pieces have started to fall that maybe were 50-50 at one point. Like we just talked about, JB was leaning North South Carolina. Then we thought maybe TJ might end up at Mississippi, and then we thought Rouse might go to Texas. A lot of these pieces are starting to drop and starting to fall into place. And then if we get these flips, because we've talked about these flips for a month, or the extended recruitment of Hyder and trying to flip keys and all these things, and we thought maybe they were on the board. So if you took kind of the class we had and flipped 1 or 2 of those guys, then that puts you in the top 10, right? Now we got all this momentum. It's almost carried us into the top 10, and we haven't even hit these yet. So I think top 5 is definitely on the board, because if you flip keys and you bring in Hyder, just those 2 alone, I really think this class is. I'm a little surprised. I don't want to come across like I didn't think I wasn't confident or anything like that, but I'm starting to see more and more pieces. I'm starting to get a little excited here. I think this might be one of the best classes we've had in a long, long time.
Yeah, and so many people that want to complain about the 3 stars and taking shots on 3 stars, and I'm going to preach this to death because it drives me nuts. But it's because the expansion of scholarships. They're going to take a lot of kids in this class, way more than usual. USC, number 1 class in the country. They have 10 3-stars committed in that class. So don't freak out when you see Josh Heupel taking a shot on an in-state kid, an athletic kid. You talked about it. A kid with speed and athleticism. You can't teach that. So maybe you just said this last night. Maybe you bring that kid in and you can develop them, right? They're going to do that. That's why you're seeing so many 3-stars in this class, but it's also top heavy. You got Faison Brandon, 13th in the country, according to the industry rankings. He's a 5-star. TJ White, 80th. Braden Rouse, 100th. Gabriel Ascenda, 102nd. This is all the On3 industry rankings. Again, Gabe is a 5-star if you go over to 247 Sports. Tyreek King, 122nd. Zach Groves, 255. Legend Bay, 301. Carson Sneed, 327. Darion Albert, 347. That's a ton of dudes in the On 300. That's a lot of legitimate dudes. And then I think, like you said, and the article says too, the keys are Savion Hyder and Tristan Keys. Can we flip Tristan Keys, 5-star wide receiver, number 1 ranked wide receiver in the country, committed to LSU on the 19th. This is what it says. It says, as an LSU verbal, this is straight from the article, the buzz continues to pick up regarding Tennessee and Texas A&M. Sources believe, as it stands now, those are the 2 schools best positioned to ultimately land Keys. Now, LSU isn't folding. Miami isn't going away, but in what it's been a fluid process, Tennessee has consistently been a favorite and is still in play. He's calling Tennessee a favorite. The kid is committed to LSU, and he's calling Tennessee a favorite. Tennessee has a legitimate shot. You flip Tristan Keys. You go get Savion Hyder, again, a 5-star, the number 1 ranked running back in the country, a kid that doesn't talk a whole lot. The media has no idea. There's the drama there with the handler that has a relationship with Michigan, the fallout there. Can we flip Tristan Keys, Fal Ming? And then how much do you buy into that damaged relationship with the handler that has the connection to Michigan? Man, I like right now, as it sits right now, me sitting here right now, I think we land Tristan Keys, and I think we land Savion Hyder. I think we get them both.
Yeah, I don't want to be an echo chamber, but like I'm with you like 100%. I think we're in the lead for Hyder. I think it was back and forth for a minute. I think Tennessee's running away with it currently, just because of if it was truly down to us in Michigan, and then you get all this stuff coming out about Michigan and how there's a little bit of beef there. We know Michigan's going to have to deal with some suspensions and things like that. We don't know the extent of that just yet. I mean, they're pulling in coaches that aren't even there anymore. So I got to say we're the lean there. I know the longer he draws it out, you always leave it up in the air. Things can happen because you'd like to get him in the boat, but I think he wants to drag it out to see a couple games, which makes me wonder, like, okay, what do you necessarily want to see that you haven't already seen? Because, I mean, Tennessee's been exceptional in the running back room since Heupel's been here. It's almost been plug and play and turns every running back in the system into a star. And then I think the interesting thing about Keys is that every recruit, at least in the last little bit, you get these little post-commitment interviews, and they're like, I want to start peer recruiting, which is great. I love seeing that. But the first name out of every one of them's mouth is Keys.
Yep.
Every single one, offensive players, defensive players, they all mention it. And if they didn't think it was a possibility, would they really be that worried about it? Would they really be putting their effort into that to a kid who's committed to another school if they didn't know something, if they didn't know that it was still up in the air? I'm not saying anybody knows what he's going to do, because nobody truly knows except him. But I'm just thinking, like, if anybody knows or anybody has a vibe check on it, it would be his peers. And I think they know, at least he's very interested, if not leaning, and wants to come to Tennessee. But that's two huge commits. Nobody knows. We probably won't find out anytime soon. But those are like just dangling at the end of the line as we just keep stacking athlete after athlete after athlete. And I write these notes down every time before we come on, and I'm writing the same words, but the same words as athlete, dual sport athlete. And I think that's just what Heupel and company's looking for. They want speed, they want athleticism. You look at his offense. What do we need? We need speed. We need guys who can go up tempo. We need guys who can go fast. Defensively, everybody else is starting to copy Heupel's up tempo. Everybody wants to run fast. Everybody wants to use these advantages. So what do we need on defense? We need guys who can adapt to that and can go fast and cover ground. And look at the linebacker room. For years there, we had some good linebackers, but we got caught from hash to hash a lot of times. Like you saw even in the Ohio State game, they would just run these drags, these dual drags back and forth, and just run these guys to death. Like now you're finding guys who can cover in space. You got guys who can, yes, they can run commit, but they can also step back into coverage. They got good hips. They got athleticism. You got dual sport linebackers. You don't always see like that linebacker quarterback athlete or that linebacker wide receiver athlete, and these guys can do it all. So I really think they got an idea of what they want, what they're looking for, and now not only are they picking them out, they're landing them also. So Tennessee's got a lot of momentum here, and I don't know why anybody would think that we're not at least a dog in the fight for some of these top tier guys.
Let me catch up with the chat. They got it done. Soar the Demon gifted 5 Talkin VAWLS memberships. Dirty Ducky gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. Appreciate you guys. John Watts gifted 5 Talkin VAWLS memberships. You guys are going nuts. Brandon became a member of the channel. Shout out, Brandon. We appreciate you. And Ryan Gaynor gifted 5 Talkin VAWLS memberships. They got it across the finish line. That's it. You guys did what you needed to do. So I've already named the 2 that need to DM me. And now here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a little game. I've got a number in my head. I want you to put it in the chat. If you're the first one to put it in the chat, you win. Go. Pick a number. Number 1 through 8. 1 through 1,000. 1 through 1,000. Put the number in the chat. The first person to put that number in the chat will win that. Talkin VAWLS membership. Mr. O'Neill said 16. Gregory C, 4. John Watts was 6. Holy crap, the numbers are really flying in. I've still not seen it yet. 865 is a good one. VFL Willie, I like 98. Still not a whole lot of 98s. Oh, Angry Titan with the 7. That was my number, man. That was my number growing up. Always rocked 7 on the baseball field. Angry Titan, we're friends on Facebook. So shoot me a DM. Let me know what shirt. Let me know what size. Shoot me your address. Same for Todd. Same for who else? Who won the other shirt? I already forgot. Make sure you guys message me. Let me know what you want and the size that you want. Angry Titan dropping that 7. Appreciate you guys. Just because you didn't win, you can still join the channel for just $1. You don't have a power T beside your name. Just $1. That's it. That's it. Just go join the channel. We would appreciate it. A couple of other names, Falming, that it mentioned in this article. Joel Wyatt, a 4-star athlete. It's Tennessee Vanderbilt. And I don't know if it was trending Vanderbilt. All the insiders said Tennessee, but it was weird. And then he delays the decision. It got pushed back. And VolQuest says that a lot of other teams are going to be involved now. Celeste Moa, a 4-star athlete. Tennessee recruiting him as a wide receiver. Kind of the flip side of Joel Wyatt. Like everybody thought he was going to Utah. He delays the decision. Sounds like that's good for Tennessee. We'll see what happens there. Kamari Blair, a 4-star offensive tackle. Ole Miss was out front, but the Vols got him on campus. He was here for 865 Live. Fell in love with Glenn Ellerby. Took officials to Wisconsin, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee. They got a legit shot there. I see people talking about Darius Gray in the chat. That's a big one. That's a priority, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel if they can land Darius Gray. Just a couple of names I mentioned there. Who else is a priority for you outside of Keys and Hyder that you really want to land? For me, it's Joel Wyatt, and I'm selling him on playing safety. We need an elite safety. That's what that's probably my priority.
Well, I'm confused. I'm confused on that one because I have the same answer, and I think it's Wyatt, but I don't know. I want to say that, like I want to trust his staff and their decision making, but at the same time, it's like why are they so against him playing DB? Why are they so against him playing safety? Like if that's because I think if that was the offer right out the gate, like, hey, you can come in and play safety. If you grow out of that position or fit in somewhere else later on, then that might be an option. But him extending it means I think he wants to go to Tennessee, and I think they're hardballing him on saying like you're going to play this position if you come to Tennessee, and I don't understand it. I would like to get an explanation from somebody. Nobody owes us one, but I'd like to know what they see in this kid, or because clearly in all these 7-on-7 and different events and things he's going to, he's playing safety. He wants to play safety. I think it would already be over if they had offered him to play safety, and it's also a position of need for Tennessee. Like we've seen that they're bringing in a lot of kids that can play safety. So why not throw him in the mix? Give him a shot there. I think that's a big athletic kid, somebody you want on the team, somebody I would be looking at. I didn't get to talk to Coach enough about it the other day, but I mean, even like certain packages, why can't we rotate him in certain packages? Like you take a bigger body DB like that inside the red zone, inside goal line situations, like why not put him at star? Like let him come up and play on the line. Somebody who can do both. He's big enough to be a help in the run game, but also can cover. So, and anytime you put an athlete like that on the field, it's a plus for me. So, and you'd have it. I mean, worst comes to worst, bring him in, let him play where he wants to play. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. But I don't see. I mean, do you know something I don't know? Like, why it's such a hard pressed issue? Because I mean, this staff doesn't seem like the type that just tells a kid, no, you're not doing that. So I know they're honest with him. I know they're upfront with him. So they know something I don't know. And I'm just curious. Like that's the one that stands out to me. That's the one I want to know more about it. I want to know what's going on there.
Coach Jay says that the coach, you have to trust your eval period. If you don't think he can, don't lie, or he will just leave anyway. Star is a different animal, but I kind of see Coach's comment both ways. It's like if he wants to play safety, like pitch him on what you just said. We're going to give you an opportunity to play safety, but if your body fills out and you get too big and like we're going to play you at edge. Like, you can be honest with him in that that way. But I'm going to sell him on, we're going to play you what's best for you, whether that's safety, whether that's edge. And maybe sometimes it's what people get pissed at Heupel about, is being too honest and too upfront and too maybe not sugar-coated, but too laid back. Like that pisses people off. But it's like, man, like, we need a legit safety. But if they see him at edge, it's like Coach Jay said, trust your evals. We see you at edge.
Well, that's what I trust the staff, and that's what I'm saying. I want to trust the staff and their eval. I want to say they know what's best for the kid. I feel like if they're being honest and telling him these things, the same thing is going to happen to him regardless of where he goes. Like, I mean, it's not like each staff is that different. I mean, you can either play a position or you can't. So if he grows out of safety, he's going to grow out of safety at Texas A&M, or he's going to grow out of safety at Vanderbilt, or wherever you go. So maybe I value the fact that this staff is being the most honest with me. Take it like they're telling me the truth out the gate. So, like, listen to these people. Listen. I mean, they're not going to steer you wrong, because they want to benefit. What benefits you benefits them. At the end of the day, they want you to play well. If you're playing well for Tennessee, both parties win. So I really hope they can sit down, talk to him, and get him in the boat.
We got another 5 gifted memberships from Corey Smith. Man, y'all been going nuts the last 24 hours with gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Your support means the world. If you like what we do, whether it's live streams, videos, whatever it is, the content we bring you, the community aspect, man. I was just talking to a buddy of mine today, talking about another YouTube channel and what they do and how they spin it. And I'm like, man, they can do whatever they want. I'm here to create community. And I think we've got the best damn community for Tennessee football, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no doubts. This is authentic. This is real. That's why when Vol Scoops clipped the last night's moment when Braden Rouse committed, that was genuine. That was 4 dudes, 4 Tennessee fans celebrating together. And I told you guys, when we went off air, we saw a comment come in. And it was after we were already off air, and the guy was like, man, I used to not get this channel. I didn't like this channel. I didn't watch this show. But now I'm here and having a blast. This is like, that's what we are. Like, I don't know what some people think we are. We're no different than the chat. We're no different than we're diehard, psychotic, passionate Tennessee fans. That's it.
I'm from the chat. I literally came from the chat, just like everybody else. I'm just a fan, just like everybody else. I'm hanging on every one of these recruitments right there with you. I want to see them all come to Tennessee. I'm just as excited as anybody here. I don't have any kind of insider information. I'm not connected to anybody at UT. I'm just riding it out, searching every article, living on Twitter, just like everybody else. So everything you saw was real. I'm just as excited and pumped up to see what this class turns into and see what this season turns into.
Yep, that's what we do here. For the fans, by the fans. It means something here. It's not just a slogan. It means something here. Guess what? I'm from the chat too. I'm just a dude that JP talked into starting a YouTube channel, and here we sit interviewing Don Bailey all these years later. It's wild. It's been a heck of a ride, and it's all because of you guys. You guys in the chat make this show what it is. So smash the thumbs up, share out the link. Those memberships mean the world. If you can afford $1 a month, we appreciate that support. You want to pick up Talkin VAWLS merch, go grab it. Everybody that won a shirt, send me a message on Facebook. I'll get those sent out to you ASAP. Coach Jay is still hanging out in the chat. Prayers up for the Pop. Hope everything's going okay. Like I said, brother, hit me up. Let me know what's going down. And we're gonna keep this train rolling, man. Legend Bay is gonna be here next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, Adam, what are you doing, dude? First of all, Flyfish gifted 10 Talkin VAWLS memberships. That ain't cheap. We appreciate you. This is my best friend, the one that I've been hanging out with a lot, going down to Georgia to see. He was just up for the 4th of July. I don't know why the hell he's sending me $50. Dude, when I was down there, we went to a comic shop, toy shop, and there's an action figure that I want. It's Batman and Bane. And it's Graham Nolan. I'm talking nerd stuff that nobody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. Graham Nolan, who created Bane. It's his design. It's Todd McFarlane. It's like an $80 toy. I'm like, man, I want this toy, but I'm not spending $80 on a toy. Guess who bought it and shipped it to me? Because that's the type of dude that Adam is. So now he's in the chat sending me $50, and he says, I don't know anything about football. He doesn't. He knows absolutely nothing, but he does know something about this. If you drop a 50 spot, we got to play the clip. So we're going to play the clip for Adam, and he's going to like this clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone Everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Shout out, Adam, you freaking psychopath. Prayers going up for Coach Jay and the Pops. Like I said, hit me up. Let me know what's going on. Sunday night, we're going to play EA Sports College Football. I'm going to be out of town this weekend. But again, JB Shabazz coming off the board Friday. Guess who's going to have a video recorded, ready to go? It's going to come your way if he commits. And then Sunday, I'll be back. We'll play EA Sports College Football 26. I may record something to put up over the weekend. We'll see what happens. And then next Wednesday, Legend Bay. And then the following Wednesday, we're working on a little surprise. Maybe it comes to fruition. We're working on some more interviews. Jim Slagle for 2 says a really good show tonight. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Prayers for Coach Jay. Shout out to Foul Mink for stepping up. Dude, we rocked it tonight. You killed it tonight. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Don Bailey. Go show him some love. All of his links to social media are in the description below. Go check those out. Go show that man some love. He is a true VFL. But Foul Mink, my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.